A greedy landlord lost his business over a $300 security deposit. I rented a small house from a man who owned a painting business. When we first came to see the property, the electricity was turned off, but he assured us that everything worked and even included that promise in the lease agreement. The house was dirty and poorly maintained, so we negotiated the security deposit down to $300. It turned out that the heating and air conditioning didn't work, and neither did the refrigerator or dishwasher. When I asked him to send someone to inspect the problems, he cursed me out from top to bottom. He called and left threatening voicemails. He would show up without warning and enter the house without permission. During one of those visits, I showed him that the basement was flooded and had become a breeding ground for thousands, if not millions, of cockroaches and mosquitoes. They were crawling up through the floor vents. There were actually no air ducts at all. Even though he insisted that the heating and air conditioning system worked perfectly, he accused me of causing the flood myself. Even after I showed him the source pipes that had completely rusted through, he refused to fix any of the issues and said, "If you don't like it, you can move out. You can't pay next to nothing for rent and expect to live in a 5-star hotel." Overall, he was a terrible person. One day, he hired a guy from a classified ad to cut down a tree in the yard of the rental property. The guy spent the entire day working for the agreed $150, cut down the tree, and hauled it away. That evening, he came back and just stood in the yard, asked if I could help him. He said he was waiting for the landlord to arrive and pay him. The landlord kept replying that he was on his way, but he never showed up. Our neighbor later told us that the landlord had punched a previous tenant in the face and refused to pay him for a day's work at his company. Also bragged that he rented properties to undocumented immigrants because they wouldn't sue him. We had a newborn baby, so we decided to call his bluff and find another place to live. We left the house in much better condition than we found it. He said he would mail us our security deposit, but he never did. He kept dodging my calls until one day,